Well, here we go into the third and final map between Heroic and Fnatic. And on the T side will be Heroic. We'll have to see if they can find a better look than they did on Nuke. Cadian with that candy apple block is on the way, trying to find the frags, but it is a lot of players here ready to contest his top mid position. It's looking actually very hard, and they've taken so much damage trying to get top mid, and they didn't even get it. Tassus with Brolan and his number in the apartments. And Heroic are in an awful spot right now. How do they get a plant? They're taking so much damage. They need a medic.
Wrong game, Dan.
Medic.
No dispensers here. All right, well, everybody's biding their time. Everyone's fishing. Someone's going to come up with the boots. JW, it's awkward for him. He's got utility, but doesn't really have a teammate who can play off of it unless he flashed long and there was a swing from library, but it'll be dry. Double pick's good though, and Dawn's taken out, and things become more difficult for Heroic. Wow. And there's the brazen plays from Golden. Again, they've got a man advantage, but who cares? Just run and kill everybody. That's Fnatic.
That's an alpha would do it, right?
He's the alpha. He's the alpha in the server. He's the apex predator right now. He's at the top of the food chain.
What kind of animal would he be? If Gold was an animal.
A human.
Sausage
dominates
dog.
everything.
Baby alligator.
Ooh. Thought about that for a while, didn't you?
Nice shot there from Nika. That's some Fnatic shenanigans that were happening on Nuke to Heroic. Now Heroic have turned the tables. I love this, pushing through the smoke, calling the bluff. Flush is on the other end of it though. He's going to try to hightail it out of there, but in it comes that Tech 9. This is what they're good for. Just get that ground as fast as possible. Flusher, oh, it's awkward. Spinning around, Tassus will slap down Flusher. And all that remains is Brolan and Crims, but they are healthy and ready for the task. And oh, look at this cheeky little smoke. That's actually awesome. See those little leggies, but there's none to be found.
Little leggies.
Yeah.
You do baby talk when there's no cameras, don't you?
No comment.
Yeah, he's been doing.
It's not even directed at you, Eric. Why are you so defensive?
He's been doing that.
Clearly he's part of the conversation.
Oh, this is looking like a great retake from Fnatic here. Not too much for Borb to do other than some pop shots through the smoke. Won't be able to find it. Excellent, methodical, procedural. So clean from Fnatic.
Where's the kits? Give me the kits.
3 kills and a bomb plant, though, is certainly a welcome sign for the Danes. They have looted and pillaged, and now they must convert with the rifles.
The pagans.
Pillage your village.
Destiny is all.
Here we go. Heroic. With the slowest start to their default, they have been slowed by this utility of Fnatic. Behind this smoke on logs. Awkward smoke, actually. Small gap. But it's Golden who's found his way through to the logs. And this is really awkward here. Oh, it's Golden's running out. This is dangerous right now for Fnatic. Oh my god, what is happening right now?
Oh boy.
Get flushed.
It's like they know each other so well.
What do you do now if you're Heroic? You just got those 2 picks on B.
Collapse on your site of choice and abuse the numbers.
Yes.
Just be basic, you know? Textbook. Clinical.
Crims in the perfect position. And that's just all the information right there for Fnatic. Crims could even start trying to flank. Oh, they could go towards B actually here as well. That is a possibility, but they have 20 seconds. So they have to make this work. Fnatic actually looks so good right now.
No.
JW up at the back corner, and that's a great shot straight to Tessus's face. And this is collapsing for Heroic.
Wow.
How do you lose that with no more frags?
They froze
No more frags,
so
bro.
hard there. They could have just... All that was needed was just a decisive push together, and they were so tentative the whole way.
They're overplaying it, man. They're waiting for the smoke on Banana with their low health guy alone. Just go together. Like, doesn't matter. Just put him ahead of your push onto a site and then trade. Send him out there like a probe on StarCraft.
In hindsight, it looks bad that he walked there by himself, but in all honesty, in terms of the numbers, now you know that there's at most 2 players at A, and you think 4 players could deal with that. Because Fnatic could have just as likely had 3 players at A, and then if Stown is able to get that information at B, then they also just win. It's just crazy the defense that Brolin and JW put up on that bomb site.
Yeah.
But did you also see that the bomb, like when they were moving around long, the bomb was the one who was spotting in mid towards short alone?
Yes.
And everybody else was around the corner. So they had potential to lose the bomb as well. Like there were other potential problems that never came to fruition.
Well, the thing I was looking for was Storm to push or die and get the info on Banana, and his teammates would have been around Arch at that time, and then that gives them the option to go B, or to have the best position to actually deal with A. But instead they split the attack on A.
I'm a little surprised they didn't go
And the
B
bomb
on
was
that.
alone on Porch as well, which was a problem, as James mentioned.
Dan, Sean, what are you going to call me next? Cindy?
Cinderella. Oh. Good damage done by Fnatic. If Fnatic win this series, I feel like that's like a stolen series almost. I feel like Heroic have been in so many good spots actually.
Yes.
And they've played like 80% really well.
Yeah.
And there's the small leaks that Fnatic just love to exploit that remain. But they have found a after plan here. There's 2v3 from the pit position. They're doubling up. They're going to play this classic bait setup, which will be quite unexpected. Normally you expect someone in the site here with this. They're all going to be looking to the site, you can see right now. And now they know. Oh, nice shot by Katie, and that's decisive. Oh, another 1v1 from Crims, but defuse comes through anyway. 4-0 in favor of Fnatic.
I wonder what the percentage of Fnatic and their post-plant situations. It seems like they're one of the teams that are so reliable on post-plants, whether it's CT or T. I've seen them win so many of these clutch post-plant scenarios. It's just kind of unbelievable, and kind of mindset they must have to be in to always be so comfortable. You know, the bomb's down, the T's are in position. They don't like sweat the small stuff.
They definitely don't. Oh, cheeky little boost over the smoke here. Not too uncommon to see these. Sometimes they just get spammed exactly like that, actually. Again, that's the meta game for you.
And I think even if the CT is behind the corner, he can still get spammed in the wall. It's like a thin piece of concrete. So a lot of teams have been opting to spam that spot. I think I've seen every pro team spam that spot on this map at least once.
I was gonna say, like, when you understand the meta, you can make counters to it. So for example, in spots like that, you can have 2 HEs out and just wait for someone to spam that smoke and then toss the HEs. You know, stuff like that starts to become like, when you understand where the meta is, that's the and when those next steps start happening, that's when the meta then shifts, or when there are, you know, when.
It's mind games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough hold for Fnatic here. But there's 3 players actually. Oh, Crims misses the smoke, but he's still able to hit the spray. Takes down more up, and the full exec comes out on the side of Heroic. Will they expect Golden in the bomb site, though, is the real question. Oh, the molly just ticks him and alerts Nico to his position. And it looks like Heroic might just get their first round on the board, but it's never over until the round is actually finished against Fnatic.
15 seconds on that clock as the bomb's getting planted.
You got the bomb.
Okay. Oh no, the bomb's on the floor, and I don't think anyone's gonna get to it fast enough to even pull it out to even try and plant the bomb. Oh yes, they are actually.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my days, and he's still there, of course.
Oh my
And he
goodness!
gets the kill after time. It's outrageous. Honestly, it's offensive. There's got to be a Geneva Convention about playing in such a ridiculous fashion.
That should have been a round win for Heroic. How do they do this? How does Fnatic do this?
I was saying, it's never over until it's actually over against this team.
So close. And then, bop. Oof.
Oh my god.
Oof.
The European Convention for Human Rights called JW's going to prison.
Crimes against humanity.
That is such a heartbreaking round to lose.
Oh, that's just... For the way that this series is going for Heroic, that's just... Oh, the damage from the nades there. Even though Golden goes down, it feels like they're going to be fed into a full sense of security here as they push forward. They're going to take so much damage. Fnatic have a rotation in time the smoke comes down as well. This has also, by the way, disrupted the default of Heroic because they're trying to play opportunistically, trying to play off of the initial kill there. So this creates an interesting spot whereby they don't have apps presence or top mid presence. So as far as Fnatic are concerned right now, yeah, they have enough information to realize they're sitting outside of Banana most likely. And so there's this window of time now. Are they rotating back to now take top mid? The Crims is here to answer for that and get that information to Fnatic, who don't have any real reason at this point in the rounds to change their setup. Crims is going to hear the nades going towards that B site, and look at this. That's so smart. The way Heroic are playing this is so smart. They hear all the rotations. Oh my god, Fnatic have outplayed themselves, and they have taken the bait. Hook, line, and sinker. Katie with the frag there towards the library, and that's Fnatic having to save. They got so outplayed there. That's beautiful.
It's great rotation bait by Heroic.
That's so smart, and again, so the way that works is because Crims has the info top mid with like 30 seconds left when that push is coming in towards the B site with all the nades, and so as those nades are getting tossed, Crims has to assume that is they're committing towards B at that point, and it's just so awesome to see that there's a timing there that's been created by Heroics. Not that they got a lucky timing, as so often can be the case in Counter-Strike, but it's like let's create a problem for our opponents in terms of timings that we can then exploit.
There's no luck there, Dan. No luck there.
No, that's
skill.
Yeah, you make your own luck in that sense.
Fnatic though, they do have. Actually, they don't have that much money. They're pretty much going to be on a save if they lose this round. Even though Fnatic's up 5-1, Heroic doing a good job of just whittling them down round after round.
I still remember the Fnatic setups in apartments from years and years and years and years ago. The classic JW pushes in apartments, and he is 10 for 1 now in this third and final map here versus Heroic, having a fantastic time. It's so good that he's on a team where he has the freedom to play with confidence and just do the ridiculous, essentially. And now they've got a two-man setup towards long. He's going to be forced from his position, able to escape for a time, but ultimately he will be eliminated. A minute 15 for Heroic.
4 versus 4. Fnatic only with Flusher able to protect B at the moment. There's a timing right now, whether it's hidden, I would say, from Heroic, but there is a timing right now for that B attack, given that it's just a solo defense. Flusher will fall back, hold on to construction, and that gives you a basis for that retake as the CTs, but it's going to be hard here. 3v4 now though for Heroic, as they are starting to lose some of these fights, and they might be stretched a little thin on this defense. with Brolan pressuring Banana, you can see that that's going to occupy Storm's time. And now it's going to... Oh, like it's looking terrible right now for Heroic. Oh no, seeing over the flames feels now an impossible.
Hard.
Bro gets it though, and there's the lineup. And that's a wrap. 6-1. It's looking like Fnatic are just going to crush Heroic here. It's actually getting so scary right now. They're just bulldozing straight through them.
Yeah, so many of the... So many of the little things are going Fnatic's way. Just little kills here and there. Heroic's doing a good job in their game plan to gain some space, get some control, and make some good mid-rounds as well, but it just seems like Fnatic are just winning those little pivotal gunfights. The way Brolan was able to make his way up Banana, finding 2 kills on his own. I don't think anyone was supporting him. I don't think he used any nades. He just straight up won the duels. And that's something that no amount of prep work can stop. When you have no nades in those post plants, those players just have to beat him. And that's not happening for Heroic.
It ain't happening. Nades over the top there to get some pressure on towards that B site. Maybe bait out some counter utility. There we go. Oh, they're going to contact it. See what they can find here with the bomb in tow. Flusher is stuck behind the smoke. Golden isolated, fragged.
Uh-oh.
Never mind. It's all good.
Oh no.
It's all good. Everything's fine. Bombs down again. Post plant 5v4. Full nades pretty much for Fnatic for the retake. Do they fancy it?
They're gonna save.
Their money
They're
does
falling
suck,
off.
so...
I love it. It's such an expensive investment, which often fails to try and retake the B bomb site, all from one direction as well. It's I'm glad they didn't wait too long, because I feel like, especially in a 4 versus 5, if you fish around for 1 kill, it may encourage you to push and then you lose everything. Whereas they're just like, nope, let's just get out here.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they've considered that there could be a lurker on the other side as well with where they're saving. They're not going all the way through to the other side of A as you might expect. So the awareness of Fnatic is good and tells you how focused they are at present.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Fnatic changes up this round towards that B bomb site. They've been playing pretty much a passive setup for the most part, and Heroic's kind of abusing that. So I would think that Fnatic would put a little bit more pressure in the Banana, or maybe not play that site spawn kind of setup, because any smoke and flashes that you saw from Heroic that last round put Golden in a terrible spot in the bomb site by himself. Just completely cut out Flusher from helping him out. Fnatic decides to keep playing their... Oh no, they're by the same bags trying to move around towards that Banana.
Oh.
Little horse pop coming out, it seems. We haven't seen this just yet. Spice things up a little bit. There we go, the nades straight out there at the apartments, into the pit position. Oh, Tessus makes that frag look so sexy, but he's not one for this world, and his teammates are struggling to convert. They do manage to eventually do so, though. A resmoke of Moto. HG as well. This is a lick of damage to JW, minimal. Slither. Bomb goes down just in time, and they surely will realize that Storm is on the side. That there must be one player on the side at the very least. Caden with that AWP in a perfect position, elevated to catch the Porch players. He has to hit this shot. Oh, the timing. That's absolutely brutal. Now they know that he's there. How does he do this? Oh, Caden shooting a little bit too quickly. That's Storm with it all to do, only able to find the one. Oh, that's just another example of Heroic having opportunities, but just missing that one key moment.
Man, pulling on a nade. Obviously, he can't see the people on the screen like we can, but
I do wonder what he wanted to do with the nade at that point.
I think at that point in the round, you just have to have your AWP out and go for a kill first, and then you can maybe play around nade work, depending on what you see.
Because if he's throwing the molly at that time, he's like, okay, I just want to delay them.
Yeah.
But that's for the same token. That's you're always running the risk that you can get peeked at that during that timing, or as it's traveling, if they're peeking during that time, you don't have your gun out, so there's a lot that can go wrong.
It looked like he was posturing to try to smoke between the Moto smoke and the lurk smoke that the player approaching from Moto wanted, but that's just... There's so much risk.
You want to have your cake and eat it too type of thing. Yeah.
It's just you got to let the player in sight just deal with that problem himself.
Yeah.
Because your responsibility at to watch apartments and porch, it's so important to try to stop that. And at the end of the day, I mean, all right, we'll hold that. We'll just hold that. That's
Hold that.
all right. Well, Heroic are at least able to find bracket control very early in this round, but there is a 4-man stack from Fnatic here. Oh, the flash comes out, and Cadian's not able to hit that player crossing into pit. Now, this is great positioning from Fnatic. They have every base covered. Player in sight, Moto, Arch, Cubby. Oh, and this is a good flash instead of Golden, but he's only able to find one. A counter flash actually coming out simultaneously from the Heroic side. Makes that an even trade.
But Fnatic were able to rotate an additional player over to assist, and Heroic, you can see they're actually sort of thinking about... Oh, I thought for a second they were thinking about going back there. They have no presence towards B side. Interestingly, Fnatic are rotating a player back to B. They don't have any info towards that B site, and there's been enough quiet towards A that they feel as though there could have been a rotation, which there is not, and that leaves everything to this man, Brolan, as he gets another cheeky headshot. That might be just enough eked out by Brolan to make this retake possible. You can see JW looking to swap out to a rifle, wants to be more dynamic, be able to move more quickly, and as well, we have Flusher also on that sniper. JW will work his way around porch side. Cadian has an AWP. Not going to make the same mistake again. Although there's the whiff, and his presence has been revealed. Smoke down allows JW to now help to be able to deal with the player on site. I'm not sure if that smoke is good enough. Don't know that that smoke is good
ticking.
enough. Oh,
It's too late to defuse the bomb. They've kind of just got stuck.
yeah.
Really, they just couldn't find anyone peeking, and then just kind of got stuck in the mud there.
Wow, Tess survived. Tess has survived with 2 HP in the pit. That is such... That's some good luck for Heroic. Because he already had like
18.
15 or something like that HP.
It does
really,
16
really...
if you plan in the wine position and you go to the far corner.
There you go. I guess it's not luck. It's calculated.
It's all calculated. He knew.
There's no such thing as luck.
He knew.
Getting go for that fast pick. He gets abused by Flusher. Storm collecting the AWP for his own nefarious purposes. As Heroic work on that apps control, which is given by Fnatic. They don't care about the apartments. They care not for the apartments. Heroic looking to just set piece into that B-bomb site. Oh, well, there's only 2 players there to defend it, so it's a good shout. Although there is a rotation coming as we speak in JW with the M4. Oh, great stuff from Flusher there, protecting his teammate from Molotovs. So will delay the push enormously.
Completely smoked off of the side with one trapped in ruins. That's quite the execute from Heroic. Flusher just holding on to ruins here. The bomb's still not planted just yet. I wonder why. Oh no, and now Stabben's about to go and plant a bomb again. He takes one in the face, so that's really unusual because you can do the elevated plant on the coffin, but CT's a problem. Tess has got to bait his teammate. That's not going to work out for him. Now he's in a 2 versus 1. I don't get the hesitation. He was in such a weird position. Maybe they were concerned about who was covering CT, but it only went from bad to worse.
Do you think that did they think there was someone else on the site as well, hiding behind those smokes? Because there's smokes all over the site.
So here's what happens. They killed Colden in the bomb site, but they heard someone spam from CT spawn with a rifle, and they also knew that there was an opper in the site, or like in the halls or something. So maybe they were scared of the opper from spamming. But that's kind of wild that they're scared of a spam like that.
That's what I was wondering, why they didn't just plant somewhere else. But as a fast round here, as they look to rush to the B bomb site, this might be how it happens for them. Oh, that's a great kill from Flushy. Might be on for another one here. Oh, interesting smoke at the back of the site there. And this is definitely doable. Look at all the utility here for both Brolan and Crims. Good double peek there from
a good chance.
Heroic.
It's a good chance for a late comeback for Heroic. Could still get a good score out of this. As strong as Fnatic have looked, their money is broken now. So Heroic could, I mean, 7-8 is definitely on the cards here for Heroic. As long as they don't hesitate too much and kind of make an unforced error, if you will, then there's a lot of potential now. That they have a team to exploit in Fnatic who cannot intelligently defend themselves, as they say in the UFC at least. It's going to be a lot harder with what they have.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is Fnatic. We've seen them win rounds of less.
That is true. That is true. Fnatic never let you off easy, no matter what the buy is. See that Golden is already pushed so far forward with that 5-7. JW slotting himself deep in the apartments. And Heroic, they'll have to have such a cautious approach, something that's utterly flawless if they want to walk away from this round unscathed. You know that Fnatic, they always have a couple tricks up their sleeves, a couple hero plays. So it'll be difficult. See if Heroic have their procedures in place. They have a lot of utility, so they can flush out these positions one at a time. And it looks like they'll take that opening to banana control. Keep using that utility to press on forward. Allowing themselves that space. And 50 seconds left in the round. It's actually forced out a rotation from Fnatic. You can see that 3 players now on radar are moving over towards that B bomb site, which will greet JW and Crims. So it's really up to them to try to find something here on the opening. Crims faced off against 3 players, able to get 1, looking for more. A second kill from Crims, looking for the 3rd, but Cadian does take him down. That's already so much damage, and JW strikes from apartments with the knife kill.
Why does it always happen?
And Sound and Cadian, they're trapped now. They're in the corner. Golden punching them in the back. And
4 people are alive.
And somehow Fnatic walk away with that round. Ow.
What? It happens every time. It always happens. Always.
I can't believe
Always.
it.
It's outrageous.
I can't. We set it up every time, though. We set it up every time like it's possible, and they do not fail to deliver.
I'm running out of words to describe these rounds beyond just saying Fnatic.
It's just Fnatic things. JW with a knife. But it does look like Heroic's kind of putting themselves in these spots. Like their spacing's off, their strats are like kind of maybe a little risky. They're just walking in the middle.
I don't think the spacing was bad versus Crims. He's just spamming a deagle and hitting headshots. The player,
difficult.
Yeah, the player in apartments may be though alone. All right, Flesha though, he'll be alone here at Banana now, trying to play off of his half wall smoke. Ooh, so tense.
Minute to go. And Fnatic do have the info on top mid to likely expect this. Not a peep from these T players around that A side of the map. Fnatic do have the vision thanks to JW. And here comes that push towards B, and Flusher gets himself a freebie. He might be able to get just one more here with the spray. We've seen him do it before, but he'll get shut down this time around, and Crims is the one that's able to find it instead, which certainly gives a nice advantage, an edge to the Swedish side as they look to close down on this bomb site, get that retake going, and find the defuse. Tessus and Borup standing on the site to play off one another. There's a great flashbang, and now it's all on Tessus, but just that's all it takes, a simple flashbang, and that's going to be Fnatic with the conversion of this round, 10-4, and it's just Fnatic is just such a crazy team.
Yeah, and I think one thing to point out for Fnatic's CT side is that they're really good at A of not wasting their utility early in the round. This is why Fnatic is so good at retaking the bomb sites on this map, because they have smokes, they have molotovs, they have flashes, and usually most teams will kind of dump them in middle or halls or something if like nothing's happening. Not Fnatic. They hold on to it till the very bitter end. Situations.
Yeah, it's very helpful, and it's kind of that thing I was talking about in the pregame as well. Just the style of Inferno that they play on the CT side is difficult for teams to deal with because it's not commonly the way that it is played. CT sides are much more active typically. Well, here's the push forced out perhaps by the Incendiary, encouraged at the very least, but it's going to be 2 frags the way of Heroic. Here, looking to scrape this last round out of this half, have something to work with as they go into their CT side. Flusher, though, trying to hold on to things here. They know the AWP is a problem, and Flusher's got 2 players on either side, and it's going to be Storm who will take him down from that banana push. And JW is quick on the push through CT, but he has a smoke to contest with, and he is by himself. His teammate, Brolan, is towards banana. And I feel like it's all on Brolan here, and he's got to play the guessing game. Where is the T? There's got to be one here somewhere. Oh! What a flick! 3 more players to go. It's a great nade.
Oh.
Some good chip damage, but that's going to be a wrap for the first half. 5-10, a measly 5 rounds for Heroic. They have a lot of work to do in that second half. We'll find out if they can do it after the break.
And we're back. Fnatic with a commanding 10-5 lead right now, but will Heroic be able to bounce back? Cadian has a CZ and would like to do just that.
It kind of feels like everything that can go wrong is going wrong for Heroic at the moment. That's kind of what has been happening, I feel like.
It's an accurate statement.
It's tough to mentally come back from that. And that's the kind of the position Fnatic can put you in. It's one of the things that they do.
They like to see you struggle.
That's a great little play, though, with a flashbang to extract the first kill of the round. The first blood has been drawn. Cadian with that first blood. And now Fnatic gearing up for that push onto the A site. There's 4 players here for Heroic. Heroic actually gambling on this one. They don't really have the info to know to stack this site, but here we go. They are going to be correct. And this is looking, oh wow, this is looking very late, but Tess is hitting some stunning shots. And speaking of stunned, Crims is really unable to do anything here. He wants to save that perfect Kevlar. Looks like they're hunting for him, though.
Oh, if he gets this kill, oh, he could get to the B site. He could find a plant. Oh, okay.
Almost.
It's down there to recover the situation, or just close it off. And Heroic, nice pistol round from them. That was a good defense at that banana position to start things off, and the way they rotated off of it as well. Just good stuff for them, all things considered. That is the look you want for your team moving into this half.
Who is going to win this game?
Fnatic.
Fnatic 16-14.
16-14? Is
Wow.
everyone on board with that?
It's going to come. It always.
I don't think it's going to be that close. 16-10.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's ambitious, James. I like it.
No one going for the 16-6? Necessitating them winning this round? Alright, well. Certainly won't be a 16-6 scoreline, but it might be dominance. So it just very well maybe. Heroic pick up their 7th round, and if Heroic are to have a resurgence and really change the narrative of this game, it's certainly off the back of the momentum that they create here, because it doesn't really feel like since Nuke, actually since the beginning of Nuke, that we've seen a version of Heroic that looks comfortable and decisive. They've done a lot of stuff really well, but that decisiveness in the most key moments has hamstrung them time and time again. And
Yeah.
against a team like Fnatic, who never have issues with, or generally don't have issues with decisiveness, that's not a good prospect.
Yeah, you'd hope that Heroic's not panicking or anything under the pressure. Because, I mean, there are at least 2 to 3 rounds where you could arguably say Heroic should have won the round. Or at least that round. JW with the kill on Tessa, survived with 2 HP.
And Golden's fishing for something on an empty bomb site. Heroic don't have much to achieve here. At least if they do make a play towards A Fnatic, but the smoke's up. They may be somewhat delayed. Golden still holding on to things for the time being. And now 2 players have been lost and off they go. But now this is like a situation where Heroic might go for it. They've got rifles to collect. They've got a kit. Cadian's tagged, but they've got utility. So before it was just a save with the MP9s, and now it's a very different situation.
The situation almost sucks because it's hard to, like, I feel like it's not obvious if you should go for this or not. It's really difficult. But they are making their way forwards, and these post-plant positions are really scary here. They'll trade out though, but the HP, this is such a 50-50 at this point. Nate's going towards the back of the side. Flashbangs have been unleashed as well. Nico trying to charge forwards. He's to find the next kill. JW is dead, but Flusher should be able to get one at the very least, but he's held it for too long, and it's going to work out Heroic's way. And
Wow.
oh, it's so close, just barely in time. And that's such a hard call to make. I feel like, again, I feel like that 3v3 is like they've got players that are really weak. Fnatic have had loads of time to set up post-plant. They could really be anywhere. And
I think Golden was in a bad spot. Sorry to interrupt you.
do it.
I think Golden was in a bad spot again. Being the back halls may seem like an awesome spot, but where he was in, no one could help him on his team. There's no exchanges. He was isolated. He had 100 HP compared to, I think JW had like 6 or something, or 2. Like, he needs to be in a spot where he's baiting his teammates and let JW be the bait instead of, you know, the guy with 100 HP.
Well, Heroic, you know, I'd mentioned I really felt like they need to bring themselves mentally back into this game. That last round, I think, would likely have helped that cause enormously. That said, this is where things can go really badly wrong for Heroic. Moments like this. Storn, yep. Goodbye, Storn. And how much will Borup commit? He's not going to commit very much. And the issue, though, is that he has no nades. So that's going to force a rotation, surely, with a player who has nades, which will be... Oh, actually, no. Tessus is rotating, but he has 0 nades. He's got a flashbang, that's it. So the players with nades, who have both full nades, are on A right now, unable to assist the B side. But with the smoke kill, and again, Tessus is here as well, but they don't have utility to really push these positions. But they're just going to spam through regardless. Damage.
Well, how expensive will this be for Heroic? That's the question, and that's just made it a lot more expensive. Nico being taken out. And Flusher's got an angle on Borup, who's in the red, but he's focusing on CT now, but it's starting to go low. It's a nice headshot, though, and he's close to the second one, but not quite there. Barbershop's still closed in the UK, and that's a night run for Heroic.
There's always something about Flusha with a CZ where you actually think there's a chance, and he showed a little bit of that. He's so steady with his shots. Kill confirmation and then move to the next target. But that'll be a 9th round for Heroic. Good pressure being exerted at Banana. Fnatic were able to get up that position, but they took so much damage in the process, mostly spam through smoke. Oh, 4B setup to start things off for Heroic. They really want to take control of this B position. This is going to be very tough for Fnatic to deal with. Golden does press on forward. These mollies are all around him. He's burning up, but somehow able to find the timing between it all. But he won't be able to evade the shot. His 5v4 advantage taken. IGL on IGL violence goes the way of Heroic.
Problem with the porch creep here. Such a scary position to approach because of these. There's so many crossfires that are just awkward. Very awkward. There's no immediate cover either. So there is Brolan. He will take down Nico. That's actually an enormous kill. He does get traded, obviously, but that's a pretty big pick to find. His teammates, though, in a spot of bother in this situation, however, because Heroic are comfortably settling into a 2-2 setup, and Fnatic are running low on time now in their effort to look for openings. Although they will commit towards the B site and just hope that this can work out for them. Smokes available. A Molotov on Crims. And perhaps feigning pressure with that and trying to make it look like that's actually a fake. But it doesn't really matter because they're committed to the 2-2.
Cadian's cleared top mid a good 10 seconds ago, but they haven't really rotated just yet, even with the time low. Only starting to do so now. Storm just had his angle taken away from him, but it's bomb plant pressure. They got to line up for him as well. Bombs on the floor, and so are all of Fnatic. That was a brief one. Maybe took a little too long there, although the rotation never came into play. But the time pressure was against them. One thing goes wrong and everything can fall afterwards.
Fnatic will still have money to buy here, though, so can continue to exert that pressure into this round. But Heroic, they're looking sharp. They have yet to drop around on the CT side. Cadian, ooh, misses the shot, but doesn't actually lose his life. Oh, Stown is being pressured so quickly. Thankfully able to recover. And this is a big utility exchange for both teams at this banana position. It looks like Fnatic just want to go for a fast play towards B. The counter utility is coming out. Will it come into play, though? This is such an odd look for both teams. Just so many nades stopping each other from actually taking these fights outright. Borup, though, does strike. What a decisive peek from him. Taking Golden's head right off. And there's already so much damage, and now Fnatic, they've really shown their hand at this point. Heroic is in position to stop this play. 3 players on this B bomb site, but oh, Flusha, nice headshot to find an opening. Borup still lies in wait here. He's able to get one, looking for more, a second kill. And the retake is on.
That second kill from Borup is so huge. Eventually, though, we do see the trade from Crims, or at least straight up frag. Perhaps not a trade, but bomb needs to go down, and it will. Crims on the case. Although, as that is happening, they are going to go for the push, and he can't defend himself. They need to figure out what JW is now. They don't have any additional utility now at this point to toss, and JW has to play. Oh my god, that's a problem. That's a huge issue. JW is in this position in the 1v1. That's pretty favorable. His health is not all that good, though. And a smoke found actually on the ground by Nico. That's going to give him a chance to pressure this defuse. He's just going to have to try to stick it. And he is sticking it. JW with the reload. He's going to find the spray, and he can't. And that's the round stolen by Heroic. Very well played by them. Wow, these rounds are so close. That could have gone either way.
Man, whoever calmed that he had a smoke on their dead body, that's the MVP of that round.
That's a hero call.
Yeah.
That is a hero call. That's a good point.
He was lurking, and he found a smoke, and what a great defuse by Heroic. It looked like first Heroic was going to win the round, then Fnatic came back, and Heroic had to close it out.
We've got ourselves a real match. We've got some very aggressive utility from Heroic, some taps from JW, but he will fall beyond the smoke. And Banana is in control for Heroic, although Storm will take one back through the smoke as well. So we've got a 4-on-4 early for Fnatic, and map control towards B can come later. It's going to be hard for Heroic to hold on to their utility now. A man down so early. Just be the one player keeping an eye on Banana now, which I believe is Borup. He has a smoke in the hole as well. We'll see if he chooses to spot and hold on to it for as long as possible. Fnatic waiting for an information play, but Heroic is static as well.
Indeed. All quiet there on the western front. Nico making his information play. That's a fantastic pickoff. That's going to create issues here for Fnatic. They don't really have the... Oh my god, that's incredibly bold there from Nico. That's a problem.
Just bounce it off the wall, man.
I was just about to say, especially as you can throw it more safely than that, it is certainly so risky. And that's the kind of overextension that's going to allow Fnatic back into this round with a really solid chance here. That said, these picks from the Heroic side are extremely problematic. Golden is in a spot that's looking quite difficult. He's going to try his best to find his way to outplay this pit player. Dropping in the back. Oh, it's such a strong play by Golden. The spray can't quite find it, though. Out comes the Glocky. This is so awkward. Reloads in. Has to go for the plant. He might actually get the plant off. Okay, maybe not. Oh, poor Golden. That was so confusing.
I can't believe that. These rounds are just getting crazier and crazier from map to map. This one's really going down to the wire. Heroic ahead by 2. I think most of us called Fnatic to win this one, but they're still trailing at the moment.
Fnatic looking really, they were looking really good to win this map, but Heroic showing some heroics. Pun intended. Yeah.
You got him.
Got him.
Yeah, heroic.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
It's been 7 rounds in a row. It's been a flawless CT side for Heroic thus far. Oh, actually, 8 in a row. Thank you for that. People should get the right information, even if it makes me sound a little bit foolish at times. I'm all for that.
And Fnatic has, man, their T side.
It's crazy how no
lacking.
consecutive rounds were won there at all for anyone.
Yeah.
It's crazy in that first half. Sorry to interrupt you.
And I was saying, just Fnatic T side is just lacking.
See if they can get anything going here. Well, there's the bomb. Offered up on a silver platter with the heads of the Swedish players all rolling around on the banana position. Heroic are looking to convert even more from this round. I mean, it would take something truly special to find a victory in this round, and maybe that's the start of something. Finding excellent spray through the coffins to get that kill on Cadian now gives Fnatic a chance back into the round. And Heroic, I'm curious what their choices are here. I don't think they need to really change their positions at all. I think they just have to wait and react. I think that's really the most consistent way to play this.
This would be a huge win for Heroic. It's rank 23 versus rank 5. And I think most people would expect Fnatic to have a stronger performance on Inferno. But round by round, this is slipping away. They really need to pull something out of the hat here. Even with that smoke in CT, still there are 2 Heroic players on this A bomb site. Non-believers just yet. Tessus has got vision towards top mid, but he's only now starting to rotate. We're patiently waiting. Tessus has a pop flash. Oh, he heard the sound cue. Got to stay alive though. And there we go. It's Molotov instead, which will force Crims out. Now, Broland's in a 1 versus 3. Probably 50-50 at this point, the way he's been playing. Changes his position. More plays in CT, avoids the grenades. 1 versus 2 now, but he can't get any more done. And it will be yet another round for Heroic.
Ooh, this is a very awkward situation if you're Fnatic. Once you go this many rounds, and without being able to pick anything up, it starts to be the case that we have to imagine that Fnatic has run through the standard stuff and then some with their playbook to a degree where they may be scratching their heads right now, thinking we've tried everything. We've got into some close rounds and good spots, but we're not sure what the best look is. And being in that spot kind of sucks. How do you have to having a pocket round that you can pull out when you're in desperation like this is really nice.
Yeah, it's been a lot of defaults for them. I haven't seen too many quick strategies. They've had some fast plays towards A, more or less, but it's really just been tempo shifts for them at the very best. And there's a heavy stack towards bracket right now for Heroic. There are 4 players waiting for these Fnatic players, and Forrest's going to start things off, trades about, and Heroic will come out on top. That's a huge win for Heroic here at bracket. 3 for 1. The bomb is also down at this position as well. And this is looking dire for the Swedish side.
Yeah, Heroic's just waiting for that. They're like waiting and just hoping that Fnatic were going to go for that top mid play early into the round. They just tripped the trap.
Wow, that nade.
And at this point, with the money as it is for Fnatic, it's getting a little bit desperate. If they want to keep this AWP into the next rounds, they will have to save it, but it doesn't look like JW is interested in that at the moment. Oh, he's so absolutely wrecked. Oh, this is feeling hopeless. I'm filled. My heart is filled with despair on behalf of Fnatic right now. That's what they must be feeling too. Despair.
Yeah, Fnatic can't seem to figure out heroic CT-sided setups. We saw a little bit this on Train as well, where Heroics just having good info plays, they're working together, they're being proactive, they're falling back when they need to fall back, they're stacking when Fnatic's just walking up. Because everything they're doing is just right on the CT side.
Yeah, it feels like Fnatic aren't even, in a lot of the rounds, they're not able to really run the proper classic defaults as well, where you get the top and under control, and then you get top mids, and you pressure the CTs into really passive setups, and then you make a decision as to like which site you set piece afterwards. We haven't really seen that conventional style. It usually ends up that there's maybe an exchange somewhere, and then Fnatic decide to just ship it all in like in one of the two sites, and that's how it happens instead.
Yeah. Doesn't look like we'll see a great set piece coming out this round. There's no smokes left for Fnatic. They double smoked that bottom mid molly. A little bit of a miscomm from them, and you can see how they're breaking down in some respects that you usually would not see from this polished team. And Brawlin on the flank there will set things off. Fnatic know it's an all-in play towards this B site. They need to find something, but Sound will do better. A massive spray down from him, and Borup, they shut it down in its tracks. 5 alive for Heroic.
10 in a row.
See, 16-10.
11 in a row.
Oh, 11 in a row.
They kept it from winning the last round of the previous half.
Right.
This is monstrous. This is great to see Heroic in such form.
Wait, you said 16-10 for Fnatic though, right, James?
I think it was the other way around, actually.
You didn't specify, I don't think.
He said, I don't think it'll be that
I'm a
close.
fraud. Yeah, let's see if Fnatic can win one round on this half. We could start from there.
Be novel.
One round. They only need 5 rounds for overtime. Maybe they just need that pressure. Just be on the back foot to get into that final gear.
Well, that's a great start. Flush is able to get that initial pick. And so after that point, the CT is usually forced into a 2-2 setup. So is Tessa's going to get flashed there? It looks like he's going to get flashed out. Okay, just does a quick peek from Porch. GW is looking for a contact pick. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous position for Heroic, of course, for many reasons, but Brawlin able to find the flank. The CTs are pushed back so far, Brawlin can get that forward position to really punish them on rotations. And that's why it's dangerous for JW to just be out there. Thankfully, his teammate Golden is ready for the trade, so that makes it all okay. And indeed, it seems like Fnatic will convert their first round. Tess is not in the position to do anything to contest it, but yeah, getting that early pick against the CT side, it just, the amount of possibilities that the CTs then have available to them, it shrinks so much. And so insofar as the options for them shrinks, it makes it very predictable what they'll do. And so as the T side, you can very easily, with over a minute left on the clock, you can very easily set something up with that they cannot really have a say in stopping, at least. Unless they decide to push everything, which is extremely dangerous. So Fnatic just need to find ways, like they did this round, to get those opening picks. But if we look at how Flusher picked up that kill, he ran up Banana with the UMP. So it doesn't feel all that replicable. At least not 4 times in a row.
I want to bring up that we were in a similar situation on Nuke where Heroic were up 15-11 and lost in OT. So they're not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, no, lose this round. Their money's in the pits. That is something to be observed. And Fnatic have often found that extra gear once they've been up against game point. Oh boy, those are some meaty grenades. I remember on old Inferno, Fox used to hold that angle a lot, and no one ever naded him in that position. It was really strange. Anyway, we got 3 people on the B bomb site for Heroic, not rotating to A just yet. And we can see Fnatic starting to emerge on that A bomb site. It's a return Molotov, but here comes a charge from Fnatic. Maybe ringing it that they like to go 3 late towards B. Nico's being taken out. There's a 180 from Brawlin, but he can't finish. Tessa Sophie finds 2 before he goes down.
There's definitely an argument that Heroic could save. Oh god, they don't expect Flusher to be there. Oh, that kill onto Flusher might commit them in though. Actually, because I think without a fast kill, saving is certainly the play. But what is going to be the move here from Mr. Crims? He's in an interesting spot on the flank. He's going through the apartments. Golden's up on the side here. Could be a nice little crossfire. Oh, they both find kills simultaneously. Which way does Storm even decide to look? He tries to go for the frag onto Golden, but Crims takes him down in the back. And indeed, it's so weird because that kill in mid from onto Flusher, that committed Heroic 100% into that retake. And I actually think that it would have been more beneficial for Heroic to have saved there because they would have been able to have a full buy in this round instead of what they have here, which is a spot where they have to full save.
It's happening. You know it's happening, don't you guys?
It's happening.
It's like Fnatic hit match point, and they're about to lose, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, let's just start trying.
Fnatic is... They're just that Shaq meme that we're up 10-5, I sleep. And then it's like, oh, down 15-10, woke shit. Real shit.
Yeah, it's just Heroic just having a hard time closing out these rounds and matches. If they would have closed it out a nuke, it would already been 2-0 in favor of Heroic. So this isn't... you got to get out that zone of playing to win and not playing not to lose. There's a subtle difference, but it's a big one.
Crims, auto sniper. Okay, that's playing to win.
What?
That's got to be a misbuy, surely.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's ducking under it? Huh.
Well, let's see how that progresses. Well, he's going back to spawn. So maybe they had a hard read as to... No, it must be missed by.
Yeah.
I just can't. I refuse to believe anything.
$5,000 to that. To
Just buy revolver and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Revolver.
20 shots of spam. Oh, what? Oh. Some Team Molly damage gets Stound down lower than he would have hoped.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay. That might be it for Heroic. That might help out. I mean, that might help a lot. 5v4 advantage. But there's still 3 players on the Heroic side towards this B bomb site. It looks like Fnatic may just want to split B at this point. This may work in Heroic's favor.
This is so weird because JW is the guy that's going spawn by himself with an orb. Not necessarily the ideal weapon for this, but it is JW after all. This is so weird. Going into the stack unbeknownst to them. Oh, and it's hurt. Oh, the swing! Tessus hears the scope, and he swings back into it. There's Borup on the side, but not for too much longer. It looks like Fnatic have that bomb site under control as they eliminate most of the players. Storm's still in position in construction, though. Oh, what?
Wow.
Did he just get one through the smoke? What?
It's close. That was close.
No, that's JW and spawn.
Okay, okay.
They were the other side of the barrels, but still, you never know. 3-on-3. His teammates are slowly creeping in. KD being very careful, coming up banana with the AWP. We can see one by the sandbag, or close to the sandbags, and Moss is going to get taken out. He expects them at these angles, and Golden's now alone in the 1 versus 3.
No way.
It's going to get 2 of them. Okay, but the Kobe is here to... Oh, has he got time? Has he got a kit? I think he has. It's going to be a close one, but I think that's the GG for Heroic.
Oh my god. Heroic actually win the series 2-1. Oh my god, what a ridiculous series of Counter-Strike. It felt like they had given up on everything after that comeback from Fnatic on Nuke. It just looked so awkward. They looked so out of sorts the whole time.
Yeah, Heroic looked like overall the better team for the most part, but then we saw Nuke and a little bit on the first half of this map, they just kind of went into a rut.
Yeah.
And then they finally able to out-clutch Fnatic, which is not easy.
We'll talk about that right and the comeback after the break. Stay with us.